Okay, hello YouTube. I just wanted to come in with a quick report here of the markets. Now the jobs number was lower than expected, but still a good number. We're seeing that overall increase, but let's see if the trend continues overall. Now what we have going on here is a pretty much a turnaround from this doji here, this long-legged pushpin doji, as one trader called it. This guy. So this would indicate lots of buying pressure, although a fit of selling pressure in the beginning. Now, this is the S&P 500. We dip below that 200-day moving average. We are in a panic, guys. So when we try and do this break here, let's see what happens. The markets obviously didn't want to sell off to the point of no return, whether that was by divine intervention or what, if you get my drift. Okay, so we're looking at long-term charts here, and this is a 10-minute. So this 10-minute shows we are at the top. Yesterday and today had a double move up for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We can see that clearly here, and it looks like we are at the top. Now, again, I don't want to call that we're at the top, but I think it's a fair assumption to say that we are near the top. I would, we are so low on a daily chart. Look at that, or CCI. It's so low. I think if we failed here, at the top here, it would indicate that the markets are just so weak that they can't even get this CCI to come back up. Which is in a sense, it's a good thing for the bulls, because the bulls, it's more direction. It's easier for the bulls to bring it up. But a medium-term chart like this right here, like this 4-hour on a comp, shows us completely spiking out. And guess what, guys? We have heavy resistance along this trend line. So we're at uh, a point here where we got support, but yet we got resistance. I don't see this market going. I mean, it can go higher, but the thing is, we've got this heavy resistance, right? And we haven't relieved the selling pressure, and there's no like news that's making this happen. All that we have is Apple jumping up from buybacks. You know, really, there's just nothing spectacular that's going on at the moment. 10-year yields had a good selling spree this morning, but are coming back down. I think they might end up getting support at this 29 level, which is very good. If markets end up getting support here, this could be a great sign for the bulls, and it could go into a wonderful, wonderful play here. You know, this has been a seesaw on a daily chart, just like awful though. That's not real strength. That's some real strength, guys. You could clearly see an increase in strength, increase in price. What are you seeing? A decrease, but to an increase. I mean, so these markets, especially if we've gotten one push higher, two push higher, we could get three, four push higher, especially because we're not even overbought. But across the board, we're at resistance. That typically means that the markets don't want to go higher. We are at this point we're getting higher highs. 24186, 242. So we are slightly higher than this here. Again, but we couldn't break this uh, support. It's going to be an interesting next week because what this is saying, it's essentially saying that, let's just say the market stays here, which I don't think it will. I don't think it will. But let's just say it stays here. That's going to mean a tremendous weekly chart showing a positive doji, a green doji. At least I'm pretty sure. Let's look on the weekly and check. Look, a hammer. This would mean a humongous run up. And look, you see this? We're in this pennant, this flag. I think we're going to fail the breakout today, which would leave us at a red doji. But again, you have to follow the trends, and I tell you the trends. I tell you which way the markets are going and which way to place these trades. But I'm the contrarian view. I'm to give you some thinking. You were to think about what I have to say. And again, this 10-minute, although I've seen this on other days where we've jumped up like this and we just held and went up more actually. And then earnings came out and the market blew above resistance. So I don't think earnings are going to save it this time. I don't think buybacks are going to save it this time. Again, we're barely getting any selling pressure, and it's just turning into buying pressure. Look here on that Dow Jones 30-minute chart. It's just going to keep increasing. I mean, there's not really much I could say about this, just except for the fact that we're close to spiking out. I mean, could this be the point where we go ahead and reverse this bear movement? I really don't think so. We're still in this bear movement for the S&P. For Dow on a daily, I'm not sure what we're doing, but let's check Nasdaq. Nasdaq's positive. I wonder what Dow's doing. I think Dow's positive as well. No, it's not. Dow was not positive. Even still, I don't think this is gonna be enough here. We're just slowly trending up. Up, 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 up. Keep making new highs, lower lows. I mean, higher lows. So, this trend is getting changed here, and even on this monthly, guys, we still haven't really broke anywhere. We're still positive on this monthly. I mean, we still got two parabolic star balls on top, but I wonder. We had one move, and it looks like we're about to have another move up. If that's the case, though, and if we get lower highs, that's going to confirm my thesis that we're still in this bear market. But I mean, this comp is getting higher highs. It depends on how you look at it and where you want to pick your points. You know, a low, a higher low, a higher low, higher low. You know, lower high. I'm not gonna say that this is the top. I say we're nearing the top. So perhaps by the end of the day, the selling will start to happen, or even into after hours. I don't think buybacks can save this market. This is fundamental. We're at the end of a 10-year cycle, and as much as you guys want to say earnings, 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 you know, you really have to put this into perspective and see where the global economy is really headed, not what what you're being told it's headed. But with that being said, you have to follow the big fish and make sure you're swimming with those big fish. And if they're swimming up, I don't know how much longer they could swim up. I don't think it's going to be too much longer is the answer. Everything is just overbought at the tops here. And to add some fuel to the fire here, the Fed's freaking buying bonds. Interesting. That's all I have to say is this is a really interesting situation. Again, the smart move was to follow the bulls, but I don't know how that's really going to work out for everyone in the long run. Is just following these bulls. We still might have some pressure ahead of us, especially with this move up, guys. Like, you understand, moves up like these, are going to cause an avalanche of selling. Are we starting to put in the top, or are we just farting around here? We could be farting around, make higher highs, continue higher, but across the board, we're at resistance, so this is going to be an interesting point. I think this is exactly where markets were the other day. Yeah, look right here. We bounced up, tried to hold it, failed it, and now look, we can't break out again. But if markets break out, then they have room to go. That's the thing, guys. They have room to go. Yeah, see? This is interesting. But not too much room. Not too much room. Well, they are successfully getting higher highs, but we're going to have to test that support. Probably at this, at critical levels here. And once we establish that, we'll be able to pass through those critical resistance areas. So with all that being said, thank you very much. Good luck trading, guys. See you later.